Repeat after me. Normally we don't raise it really high, but raise it high this time. And say, this is my Bible.
This is my Bible.
I am what it says I am.
I am what it says I am.
I can do what it says I can do.
I can do what it says I can do.
Today I will be taught.
Today I will be taught
The Word of God.
the Word of God.
I boldly confess.
I boldly confess.
My mind is alert.
My mind is alert.
My heart is receptive.
My heart is receptive.
I will never be the same.
I will never be the same.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Pastor Andre,
Pastor Andre,
I want you
I want you
to feed me this word.
this word.
Amen. We're going to do a quick review from last week. I didn't tell you last week, but we are in a series. I'm calling it the Dare series. And so last week was Dare to the Man. Will you say that with me?
Dare to the Man.
Just to catch you up, you can get the CD, just to catch you up. We're going to go through the 5 points and the 5 steps that we talked about. Won't spend much time on them, but just to review where we are. Point number 1 was God's Word reveals God's will. Number 2 was God's will is not automatic. Number 3 was we fail to understand the believer's authority. 4, Jesus wasn't the reset button. He was the system restore button. Number 5, supply and demand was God's idea. And then we walk it out in 5 steps. Step number 1, find out the will of God. Step number 2, pray in line with the will of God. Step number 3, take authority over anything not lining up with the will of God. Step number 4, make a demand based on the will of God. Step number 5, rest in peace. Amen. And so that leads me to today's topic, which Sister Ruthie was just walking all around it, stepping all in it. I probably could have just went ahead and sleep and just let you finish preaching. But the Lord wanted me to go ahead and share. But today is this Dare to Dream.
Yes.
Dare to dream. Dare to dream. I heard her saying, what do you see? What do you see with your mind's eye? We're in the political season, but I want to pull a political person kind of out of midair. They are not running for office, but they ran for president some years ago. And if they didn't get anything right, they got this one thing right. And it was Jesse Jackson. If he never said anything right, he said this right. Keep hope alive. If there's anything you can do in your life, you've got to keep hope alive. Somebody say, dare to dream. Proverbs 13:12 from the King James Version of the Bible. Mother Mitchell's going to help us out. And we thank her for what she does. We thank the sound people for what they do. We thank the cameraman for what he does, and we thank you for your listening ear, and we thank me for my preaching voice. So that covers all. Proverbs 13:12, King James Version. Go ahead.
Maketh the heart sick.
Start it over, please.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick. But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
When hope is deferred, it makes the heart sick. Some of y'all are sick not necessarily because of anything physical, but sometimes when you see your dreams begin to die, the emotional pain can make you sick. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. The African-American poet from the Harlem Renaissance named Langston Hughes, he wrote about when a dream is deferred. And sometimes you ain't got to come into church and be all cute and act like everything you saw, you got. There's some stuff you've been waiting on. There's some stuff you haven't seen yet. There's some stuff you want, and it just doesn't seem to materialize, to actualize, and the dream seems to be dying. I'm talking to some saved folk where the dream seems to be dying in such a way where they begin to be afraid to dream again, which you read it in the New Living Translation.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick, But a dream fulfilled is a tree of life.
When I looked at this verse, I thought about something that in the Garden of Eden, the Bible talks about the two major trees. There was the knowledge of good and evil, the one that they end up eating from, but there was the other one called the tree of life. And if you go all the way to Revelations, you see again the tree of life in the very last chapter of Revelation. By the way, in our Bible study, we're in Revelation. Come on out and you can learn about it. So that was a shameless plug for Bible study, but I just threw that in there. And the teacher is really good. The teacher's really good.
Sure is.
Amen. I got one amen. But there's a tree of life there. So it's interesting that of all the things that God could have used for a dream being fulfilled, he used the tree of life. You are not made and born to die and never see the things that you saw in your head and never see them or reality in this life. Oh, well, Pastor, I'm going to wait till I get to heaven. I don't need money in heaven. I need money now. Well, I'm going to wait till my marriage gets better in heaven. No, I need my marriage better now. Amen. Don't be so super spiritual. There's some stuff you need right now, in the here and now. And if you're honest, there's some stuff, if I don't get it, I don't know how much longer I can walk with God, because the stuff that I see, I'll never get. Can I have some serious Christians that have prayed a long time for some stuff, that have cried a long time for some stuff? There are some of you that have been dealing with self-esteem, low self-esteem for a long time, and one day you just want to wake up and feel beautiful, but it's been bothering you a long time. I'm here to let you know today is the day for you. Yeah. Even against all odds, you have to dare to dream. Even when it looks bad, you got to dare to dream. The devil will tell you, don't you come back to church. But even when it looks dark, you get up, you brush your teeth. You might be discouraged, you might be depressed, but you come on to the house of God, because one word from God can change your life. You don't know when it's going to happen, you don't know when it's going to come, but the God that we serve, one time he can turn it all around. Yeah. So you stay in the fight. You stay dreaming. You stay hoping. You stay believing. You keep on confessing. When somebody asks how you're doing, you keep on declaring, I'm blessed and highly favored. You might be broke as a joke, but don't you let nobody know it. You keep on believing. Never let them see you sweat. And I'm talking about the demons. When the demons are cackling and laughing at you because you thought you was going to have a new car. Instead of having a new car, you got the one you had repossessed, and it wasn't even your fault. Something your kid did caused your credit to go bad, and now folks laughing at you, but never let them see you sweat. Maybe God has given me a bus ministry. I'm going to ride on the mixed bus and save folks. You're not going to make me sweat, because I still have a dream. Amen. Just like Brother Martin, when the fire hose were on him, when the dogs was after him, when he was in jail cells, he still had a dream. Yeah. I might be sick, but I still got a dream. Yeah. I might be broke, but I still got a dream. If I can see it, I can achieve it. I believe I can fly. Yeah. I feel like R. Kelly. If I can see it, I can have. Yeah. Don't you quit dreaming. Amen. What do you see when you close your eyes? What do you see when you think about if everything was to go in your favor? What do you see? Many of us, if we are honest, when they asked us when we were in kindergarten, what did you want to be when you grow up? We didn't say, oh, I want to have 5 babies out of wedlock. Oh, I would love to get hooked on dope. I would love to be driven by pornography and turn into a sex addict. I would love to be a man but start liking men. Nobody says that when we were little. But life comes at you hard because you have an enemy. You have a devil. But if you can keep on dreaming, God can turn your mess and make it into a message. He can turn your test and turn it into testimony. The same thing that almost took you out, you can bring somebody else out. Don't you stop dreaming.
Amen.
Don't you stop believing. Don't you stop hoping. Don't you stop praising God. If you don't have nothing but beans, apple butter, and a hot plate, you praise God the best way you can. Because at the end of the day, there's always somebody worse off than me. I'm going to keep on dreaming. There's not a thing you see in this building that I didn't see with my head first. The screens, I saw them for months before they were ever up. Honestly, I saw them for years. I saw the carpet. I saw the chairs because I will always have a dream. Sometimes the church money for the mortgage was tight. And the devil told me, you see purple carpet, bump the purple carpet, y'all all gonna be foreclosed on. But I had a dream. And for the last 18 months, we haven't been late on a payment because somebody had a dream. Oh, you gotta keep on dreaming. Yeah, you got a food stamp card, but keep on dreaming. Yeah, you on Section 8, but keep on dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. There it is. All right. I got to now we're going to go to 3D. 3D means three-dimensional. And what three-dimensional does, three-dimensional movies and television, it causes the image to jump out off. Because normally we see things two-dimensional. But when it's three-dimensional, it jumps out at us. And I thought about that because the enemy has a 3D strategy to keep you from dreaming. We're going to put the 3Ds up. And they are these three: distraction, disappointment, and discouragement. Number one, if I can distract you, I can cause you to sink. Peter stepped out on the water and against all odds was walking on the water, but he got distracted from the focus of Jesus. If Satan can distract you, he can sink you. But if he can't distract you, then he will disappoint you. Make sure that even after you get all your ducks in a row, and even after you step out on faith, and even after you believe like you want to believe, and even after you get stirred up and your hands is hot, and you go out to the hospital and pray for a loved one, and they still die. When you declare, I'm supposed to be able to raise the dead, and people still leave this earth. When you fight for your marriage and you still end up in divorce court. When you've done all you can for your child, you paid lawyers' fees and all things, and they still gotta go to prison. That is Satan trying to disappoint you. When the husband that was doing good for a while starts slipping backwards, it's to disappoint you. But you gotta learn how to deal with disappointment. Even when I'm disappointed, I'm still breathing. Even when I'm disappointed, I can still feel my heart beating. Even when I'm disappointed, God is still good. He's never lost a case. He's still the best physician. So guess what, Satan? I'm disappointed, but I won't stop dreaming. I'm hurt, but I won't stop dreaming. Maybe it didn't work this time, but if I keep on living, one of these times it's going to work. I still have a dream. You can distract me, you can disappoint me, but I still have a dream. Joseph had a dream. His dream landed him in the pit. His dream landed him at Potiphar's house, and Potiphar's crazy wife put him in the prison. But one day, his dream took him to the palace. You might be in the pit stage of your dream. You might be in the prison stage of your dream. But if you keep on believing, the palace is around the corner. They may lie on you, they may talk about you, they may hate you, but keep dreaming. There's a woman named Lillian Disney. Lillian Disney is the wife of Walt Disney. And when the Orlando Disneyland or Disney World was created, Walt wasn't around to see it. He died before the opening of the Orlando one. So they were sitting on the front row. Lillian was sitting there, and she was sitting with a friend. And the friend leaned over to her and said, "Isn't it a shame that Walt didn't live to see this day?" She said, "Oh, no, it's not. The reason why we see this day is because Walt saw it a long time ago." Amen. Walt don't have to be here to see it. He already saw it before he launched out. Yeah. See, when I get it, it's not when I get it. I get it when I saw it. Hallelujah. Even when the doctor said, "You can't have babies," I saw babies. So I don't care what the doctor says. I have a dream. Yes.
Oh, preacher.
Thank you. I'm glad I got somebody in this house. Proverbs 29:18, the A clause of the verse, would you read?
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
This is why you have to hold on to your dream, because where there is no vision, the people perish. I like the way it's translated in this other translation. We're going to pull on the screen. Would you read that one as well? This is the English Standard Version.
Where there is no prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint.
That's why I try to keep the vision in front of you, because when there is no prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint. What that means is they just give up. They let themselves go. Have you seen somebody get disappointed and then let themselves go? They loved the man, and the man did them dirty, but they just let themselves go. Beautiful women let themselves go. Wonderful men let themselves go. How did you end up on Skid Row? Well, I lost the job and then I started smoking. No, baby. Don't cast off restraint. Keep on seeing. Keep on looking. Keep on believing. Keep on trying. Here's the thing. It's not going to hurt for you to try. If at first you don't succeed, try again. These lights that you see, if Thomas Edison didn't keep on trying, you would see these lights. If the African-American man named Benjamin Banneker, if he didn't keep on believing, we wouldn't have what we have. You got to keep on trying. Your kids are crazy. I know they are, but keep on trying. Your wife is straight up baddie. I know she is. I'm her pastor. But keep on trying. Keep on pushing. Keep on believing, because you have authority in this earth's realm. Dare to demand, but then dare to dream. Oh, I wish I had a people that realized the kind of preacher they had. I'm going to break this down. I like to break it down practically so that you can see it. Just put the title up one more time so they can just look at it. But I like to break it out practically, and I like to stretch the words out so that you can see a pattern. So we're going to put this up here so you can see it with the arrows and the marks. I see dream as these 5 words: desire, reach, expect, action, and manifest. Desire, reach, expect, action, manifest. Desire, reach, expect, action, manifest. Somebody said, "Work it, Pastor." Work it, Pastor. I'm so glad you told me. I was getting ready to leave, but I'm glad you said it. Desire. We're going to put desire up. Amen. Desire. Desire. The reason why some of us fail, we don't have any desire.
Come on, preach it, man.
We want everything to just be hand laid to us. Well, one of the worst things that happen to us is one of the greatest conveniences is fast food restaurants and microwave ovens. It's a great convenience, but nobody cooked a great Thanksgiving meal only with the microwave. If you want a good turkey, you got to put it in the oven. If you want a good cake, you got to stick it in the oven. There's some stuff that's got to go in the oven. Everything can't be just the Cliff Notes. We want the Cliff Notes version of life. Some stuff you got to walk through. But it'll build your desire. All right. So I got a picture for every word. The picture I have is desire lit up in flames. When are you going to get back on fire for God? In our study in Revelation, we talked about the church of Ephesus, and Jesus, his knock against them was, you have left your first love. I want to know when some of y'all Christians are going to be like you were when God snatched you out of the pit you was in. But now you 2 years away from the pit. And his word is not that appealing anymore. I'll pray when I get a chance. But when you're in a crisis, oh yeah, you're the first one to pray.
Yes.
But as long as the crisis is gone, as long as you're no longer unemployed, as long as you and your boyfriend are doing things that you ain't got no business doing because you ain't married, then it's cool. My pastor preached grace. I'm going to heaven. Yeah, you're going to go to heaven, but you're going to go raggedy. You're not going to get what you could have had because you have no desire. I like what Jeremiah said. Jeremiah said this, but Jeremiah said he kept prophesying to the Israelites, telling them they was messing up and they wouldn't listen to him. He kept on speaking the word of God. Finally he told God, I ain't telling them nothing no more. They don't listen. I'm done talking to them. I'm done prophesying. I quit. But then he turned around and said, but it was like fire. Shut up in my bones. If I gotta preach to paper cups, I'll preach to paper cups because there's a fire inside of me. This is what I was called to do. You can't stop my destiny. What God has for me, it is for me. I'm too young to quit. Well, Pastor, I'm 95. You too young to quit. Don't you quit right now. This might be the day you break through. You 95, but you might find you a 75-year-old man. Baby, don't you quit. This might be your year. Dare to dream. Can you believe it? Can you reach for it? Dare to dream. What are you looking for? Can't dream. You can't dream if you're always focused on present day reality. In order to dream, you have to sleep. And your mind has to shut down. Your active mind, your mind that functions in this world's reality, it has to shut down so that your other mind, they call it your id, your ID. It means your subconscious mind. Let me tell you how powerful your subconscious mind is. If you drive to the same place over and over and over, you begin to drive from your subconscious mind. Have you ever driven from one place to the other and don't even remember the trip? Your mind was in all other places. Your active mind was in all kinds of stuff. But your subconscious mind knows how to get where it's supposed to get. And when you get saved, your subconscious mind drops into your spirit. And when you feed your spirit, your subconscious mind knows what the spirit is talking about. And sometimes the only way God can bless you is to get you to shut up and go to sleep so you can start dreaming. I woke myself up and thought David was making noise and found out it was me saying, I was speaking in tongues in my sleep, because even though I was asleep, I wasn't asleep. My spirit never sleeps. My spirit is connected to God, and I dare to dream. You haven't dreamed. You're not digging deep enough. Dig into that spirit so you can see what God has for you. Jeremiah said, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future and an expected end. Don't you quit. You closer than you think you are. Closer than you think you are. Your blessing is the podium. And you done got right here, and the devil disappointed you. You hung your head in shame, and you walked away. And God was saying, if you just let me blow on you, I can blow you in your blessing. Don't quit now. Whatever you do, don't quit now. You're closer than what you think. All the times you tied, all the times you gave, all the times you forgave folk. No, baby, don't quit now. You real close. Hallelujah. the men and the women in the day of Acts were scared because Saul was coming to kill him. Saul was on his way to kill him, but they didn't know God was planning on meeting Saul and turning him around. So even though they were scared, they kept on praying, and God stepped in and intervened. If you can keep on praying, God will step in from heaven down in the earth, and he'll block stuff and change stuff and rearrange stuff. Don't you give up on God. Because he won't give up on you. He's a desire. Come on, let's read. I'm about to go. Preach like I'm with Bishop Jakes. If you don't go ahead and read. Psalm 37:4.
Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart.
Reason why you can't let go of your delight in God. As I was preparing this, I could just hear the late Sister Barbara singing. I delight in you, Lord.
Hallelujah.
I delight in your presence.
Amen.
There's nothing as sweet as to sit at your feet.
Yeah, Lord.
There's nothing that I'd rather do than delight myself in you.
Amen.
But Pastor Scandal is on. Baby, I'm delighting in the Lord. But Pastor, you got to get your money in so you can go on the cruise. You don't need a tithe this week. You need to go on the cruise. Baby, I'm delighting in the Lord. If I never get on the cruise, I've been on the cruise because I got the one who owns the oceans and the waves. I got him on the inside of me. I'm delighting myself in the Lord. I can't preach to you if I don't get next to him. I say this all the time to preachers. I tell them, I don't study to preach. I study to live, and then I preach what I live.
Yes.
If the only time I study is to tell you something, I'm a pitiful pastor. I delight in the Lord. Because I don't know about you, but he's been good to me. He's turned stuff around. He fixed stuff. He done pulled me out of stuff. He done brought stuff out of my mind. I love him with my natural life. He first loved me. He purchased my salvation. He died for me. I delight in the Lord. Thank God for the drum and the organ and the Leslie, but I don't need none of them. I got my hands. I got my feet. You can't stop me from praising God. I delight in the Lord. He's been good to me. He's been on my side. He done stood up for me. He done had my back. He done kept me from falling. I delight in the Lord. I say this all the time. Satan, you got to get up a whole lot earlier in the morning to get me to give up on my God. Because if you would have caught me maybe 2 months after I got saved, maybe you could have got me, Satan, but you let me get 6 months in. And once I got my foot in with God, see, here's the thing, when you really delight yourself in the Lord, it's not like stair steps. It's like an escalator. And what you do with an escalator, all you do is step and rest. I done got to a place in my life, I'm just stepping and resting and watch God increase me and take me higher. Don't hate me, you better get on the same escalator I'm on, because God is taking me places. I'm not sweating, I'm not crying, I'm not fighting, I'm stepping and resting. Somebody say step and rest. Step and rest. All right, let's go just a little further. Delight yourself in the Lord. So when you look at the scripture, many times it says more than what it's saying. Because let me come to this side, because this middle row and this right side row, y'all super saved. So y'all can check out on this part. I'm gonna come to these folk over here because they got some issues over here. So I'm gonna you see Apostle over there, so I'm gonna see if we go talk to this side. But I'm gonna talk it from my perspective. Okay, God, you're gonna give me the desires of my heart. But if I'm honest, God, not all my desires that are in my heart are right. I've been saved a long time, but every now and then there's some stuff that gets in my heart that ain't of God. So, God, how is it that you're going to give me what's in my heart when between me and you, you know some of the stuff is in my heart just ain't right? Well, Pastor, why don't you just give me one example because I'm nosy? Okay, for your nosy folk, I'm going to give you one example. Every now and then you just meet somebody you want to slap the taste out of their mouth. Every now and then you just run across somebody like that. And God, if you give me the desire of my heart, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my marriage. I'm going to mess up some stuff. I'm going to get kicked out of this church. So God, how is it that you can give me what's in my heart? Because I know everything in my heart ain't right. I got some heart issues. I got some heart palpitations. I got cardiac arrest every now and then when I get to acting stupid and carnal and get in my flesh, and the young girl call it getting in my feelings. And so God, I want to know how you're going to give me what's in my heart. Now, I know David said it, and Fred Hammond said, create in me a clean heart, but it's taking you a long time to create because I still got some junk in my heart. I've been saved 37 years, and there's still this man that is married that I'm attracted to. So God, you got to do something with my heart. But God is so powerful when he speaks more than just what he speaks. He says more than what you hear him saying. When he says, I will give you the desires of your heart, he's also saying, I will give you what to desire, and then I will give you what you desire, but I'm the one who's going to put the desire in the word. Let me talk to you deep folk. Basically what he's saying is I'm a heart surgeon. And I'm the only one. Every other surgeon has to do surgery from the outside in. I'm the only surgeon that can do surgery from the inside out. And no matter how bad your heart is, I'm the major heart surgeon. And I know how to cut away. And I know how to push stuff. And baby, the reason why you in pain is not because you've done anything bad. You just in surgery, baby. You just in surgery. Now, Pastor, you're real animated today, but you promised me everything you said, you showed me in the scripture. But listen, I ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed, baby. I'm still going to show you in the scripture. Let's go to Ezekiel 36 and 26.
A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh.
I'm going to take that old hard, stubborn heart. I'm going to snatch it out and put in a new heart. And then I'm going to give you what you desire. And it's not really going to be your desire. It's going to be my desire. But I did a heart transplant and took out the mess and put something in positive. Some of us that have been delivered, no, we don't know when it happened, but our appetites change. What I used to laugh at, I didn't laugh at anymore. What I used to desire, I didn't desire anymore. He took the taste out of my mouth. It ain't because I'm so good. It's that God pulled out that heart and gave me a new heart. Let's read verse 27.
And I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them.
Really? All you got to do is yield. He'll do the rest of it. Grace is crazy. It's amazing. All you got to do is stay there and let him work on you, and you'll be something that you ain't got no business being because God did it. Let me say it to you like this. He bought you. Now, I like to shop at the Goodwill too. But when I buy something from the Goodwill, I will take it to the cleaners and clean it up because I don't know who had it before me. I don't mind buying something secondhand, but I'm going to try to redo it so it fits the way I want it to be. So the devil had you first, but when he gets you and buys you, he cleans you up first and does what he needs to do with you so you're fit for the master's use. Amen. I don't belong in this pulpit, but he cleaned me. He washed me. He regenerated. My grandpa said blood bathed and blood washed and blood regenerated and blood purified. Baby, that's all me. God is better than tied with bleach. He hooked me all the way up. Yes. All right. Let's go to the next one.
Every way God.
Reach. Desire, then reach. reach. Show the picture. Sometimes you got to stretch yourself. Sometimes you got to drag your flesh.
Yeah.
Sometimes single people, you got to burn your black book. Okay, now you don't have a black book anymore. You got it in your iPhone. But there's some numbers that need to be blocked and deleted. Pastor, I'm doing all I know to do. No, you're not. Don't quit lying to me. I ain't crazy. You're not stretching.
All right.
You're not reaching. When every time all of my children, when I wanted them to walk, I would never hand them the thing. I would always hold it within their reach so that they would step forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
They would have to launch out and step forward in order for them to get what I had in my hand that they wanted. And God has some stuff for you, but He's not going to drop it in your lap.
Amen.
You got to step. You got to stretch. You got to reach. You ever watch the movies that's a cliffhanger and somebody is about to fall and die and they reach with everything they got?
Yeah.
You know you're about to lose your salvation. Now you really can't lose it because of grace, but in you, you know you're about to fall from where you're from, but you won't reach. You would rather be on the phone gossiping than to find somebody that can give you a word. You got to start reaching.
Yes.
You have to start stretching. You have to start putting in some effort. It's not about your effort, but you got to put in some effort because God's not going to do it all for you. Stretch.
Yes.
Reach. Let's read in Luke 8:43.
And a woman had an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any.
Hold on, I have a little technical difficulty. Read that again.
And a woman having an issue of blood 12 years, which had spent all her living upon physicians, neither could be healed of any.
This woman was trying to get healed. She had spent all she had with her physician. She didn't just try one physician, she tried everything. Some of y'all, you quit after round 2. You ain't even tried enough stuff. Well, you know, I believe God won't give me a house, but the bank said no. There's more than one bank in town. There's some, all the Muncie banks may not like you, but there's some Indianapolis banks that'll do something for you. You better not quit. Don't give up on your dream that quick and that easy.
Amen.
All right. Let's go to the next verse.
Came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood stained.
This is the woman with the issue of blood. Came behind him and touched the border of his garment, and immediately her issue of blood was staunched. Next verse.
And Jesus said, Who touched me? When all denied, Peter and they that were with him said, Master, the multitude throng thee and press thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me?
The reason why this is in Scripture is to give us an understanding of what was going on. It wasn't like she just walked up and like, whoo, I'm glad I see you, Jesus. I'm going to touch you, give you some dap and go on. No. The multitude was thronging him. If you've ever looked at a multitude, it's shoulder to shoulder. You don't push your way in. If you try to push your way in a multitude, you'll get trampled. Somebody will knock you clean out. You got to navigate your way through a multitude. So that means when she wanted what she wanted, she had to crawl for it. I got to get to him. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to keep stretching. I'm going to crawl if I got to. I'll lay out if I have to. But I got to get the hem of his garment. I know he can do something for me, but I'm going to reach for it. When's the last time you called for deliverance? When's the last time you called for a blessing? When's the last time you laid out? When's the last time you fasted and carried and shut yourself in? You don't want it bad enough. Your lazy self. And that's for the folk in television, man. That ain't for none of y'all. Next verse.
And Jesus said, Somebody has touched me, for I perceive that virtue is gone out of me.
What you have to understand is your touch is powerful. Your touch can pull out of Jesus when he hasn't quite released yet. And the scripture lets us know that Jesus somebody else's daughter. He wasn't even thinking about the woman, but the woman pulled something out of him. I'm here to say, God, if you just pass by Muncie, Indiana, you ain't even got to stop. I'm going to grab out the sky. If you see me in my line reaching up in the sky, I ain't crazy. I'm touching the hem of his garment. There's some stuff I want. There's some stuff I need, and I'm going to reach for it. Look at your neighbor, say, reach for it, reach for it, reach for it. Reach for it. Next one is expect. Yes, right. Sister Ruthie was all in this expect. Let's put up the picture for expect. Sister Mitchell, just read what that picture says.
Expect nothing, and you will never be disappointed.
Some of y'all are A+ students in that. You expect nothing, and you get just what you expect. You 10 for 10. You 20 for 20. You're 30 for 30. You haven't missed a beat. You don't expect for nothing, and you don't get anything. But to you folk that want to expect, that want to raise your level of expectation, that make up in your mind, I'm not going to die like this. I won't be broke all my life. My marriage won't be bad all of our marriage. My children won't be stupid all of their life. Something's going to change because I have great expectation. When you expect it, you largely in life get what you expect. I've watched people talk themselves into sickness. I'm playing ball right now, but I got to slow up because I'll probably get arthritis if I don't slow down. Why are you talking that?
Yes.
How is it that you are the doctor that diagnoses your own disease that's going to take you out? Shut your mouth. Stop saying stupid stuff. Woo, you kill me laughing. Listen, you're going to die with all that foolishness. Shut your mouth and expect the best.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Now, when I went to Haiti, I didn't know what they was cooking, but I prayed over it and ate and enjoyed it because I expected it. When me and my wife were flying back from New York City, they said it's going to be some rough turbulence. It didn't bother me. I laid my head and went to sleep because I expected to land safely on the ground. When I got up in the plane, everybody else was safe because I got in it because that's what I expected. And guess what? I expect some of y'all to get blessed. Some of y'all ain't worth the time, but because I expected, I'm going to get what I expect. I believe God. God didn't call me to pastor a church full of broke people, dying people, stressed out, depressed people. God could have left me in college for that. He called me for people that will reach the heights and the depths. That's what I expect. I have said it a couple times. I'm going to say it again. I expect this to be a cancer-free zone. I expect that cancers die when they come in this place. I expect that things happen when people walk in the door. I expect that things change when we walk in the door. And I will not be distracted because I'm going to preach this message. You better not be distracted because I expect something's going to break off of your life. I feel like Thomas. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready for God to do something for you. Wake up in the morning, take your house coat off and put some clothes on and just stand and get you a rocking chair and rock with God and believe God and just dream you sitting by an ocean even though you ain't got nothing but the white river and the reservoir. But believe God, you might make it. It might happen. You better start expecting. Just put up any old thing. Just oh well, put all that foolishness and expect. All right, let's go to Mark 5. Now Mark 5 picks up the woman with the issue of blood and gives us a little more details.
For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole.
She was the one who said it. Jesus didn't say, baby, if you can make it to where I am, I'm going to bless you. If you can pay $25 in the offering, I'm going to give you a blessing. I got a prophetic word. Jesus didn't say nothing to the woman. She said, if I touch her, I'm going to be made whole. What are you saying about your Jesus? I'm saying God going to do something in my life. I'm saying General Motors is not my source. I'm saying inner self. You ain't even got to say it out loud. You just got to say it to where you hear it and you believe it. You can be working at a dead-end job and praising God, and this job ain't going to be the end of me because you know what God is doing in your life. Let me give you just a quick testimony. I was on a job at Maxon where they said they always hire temporaries. And so for some reason, I never do this, but I was late to work, and me and my mother were riding together, and I wasn't the driver, so I wasn't the one that made me late. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. But somehow the alarm clock didn't go off, and we both overslept, and so I was late. And they came to me on a Wednesday, and they said, "This is your last day." And I was hurt because I heard Maxon was the job you could do something there, and they said, "This is it." So Thursday, I was a little depressed. And Thursday, the devil told me, "You ain't smoked no weed in a while. Just get you some and ease your pain." And it sounded right. Sounded good and right. But I decided, no. God, you done brought me out of college. I'm back in the ministry. Folk don't really know how crazy I was. I don't want to go left now. People think I'm really saved. I can't mess up now. So I got to hold on and I got to believe God. And I started talking to myself. I had the I ams and I started memorizing them. I already had them memorized, but then I started quoting them. I was in my car. I didn't go to lunch. I was in my car and I was quoting the I ams. All 40 of them. I knew them by heart. I was just quoting them. I am a child of God. I'm redeemed from the hand of the enemy. I am forgiven. I'm saved by grace through faith. I'm justified. I'm sanctified. You know, I was just going at it. I didn't know there was a woman in the car next to me. She looked at me. She said, "Who are you talking to?" I tried to make up a story where I wasn't lying, but I needed something. I needed some help. So I was doing the best I knew how to do. That was Thursday. Something happened to me Thursday night. I woke up Friday happy. I didn't know when my next job was going to be, but something, I was happy. I was praising God. I didn't care what was going to happen. If I had to borrow, beg, and steal, it didn't make a difference. Somehow I believed that God was going to do something for me. To make a long story short, when I went to lunch, the boss said, "You have a call from your mother." I immediately knew it was something wrong because she never called me and bothered me on any job I was on, because when I lived with her, I gave her money, so she didn't want to mess up the money. She didn't call me and bother me on no job. So this has to be bad news. So I got the phone and said, "Mama was wrong." She said, "General Motors called and they said, 'Can you take a drug test tomorrow?'" Thank God I didn't smoke the weed on Thursday. Took my drug test on Saturday. Started at General Motors on Monday. 18 years later, I'm still clocking in because the God that I serve, He's able. I don't have time to tell you all my testimony, but I don't praise just because I see my daddy do it. I got my own story. I don't need my daddy's religion. I know what God will do for me. I got a testimony. Yes, sir. All right, Mark 5:34. Jumping down to 5:34.
And he said unto her, "Daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy place."
Jesus said, "Daughter, I didn't really do this. Your faith did it."
All right, Lord.
Like I told you last week, you read the menu and you put the order in, and because I'm the chef, all I can do is give you what you ordered. You're the one who ordered it. Baby, your faith is going to do it.
Yeah.
Low faith, you better get your faith up. Yeah, let me say this for the young boy. You better get your faith on fleek. You better get your faith on fleek. You got your Jordans on fleek. You got them fake spider-looking eyelashes on fleek. You better go ahead and get your faith on fleek. Excuse me, I'm still tired from my trip. I don't know how I got in. The next word is action. Put the picture up for action. It's kind of like the Staples, but it's time for some of y'all to start taking some action. Don't just dream it and wish it. Some of y'all are just as bad as if you're standing around a pot with a penny. Whoop, I'm wish God would do this. I wish God would give me an A, no study. I wish God would bless me with gas in my car, no drive and put the gas in your car. I wish God would get me out of debt. No, stop using the plastic everywhere you go. You use plastic for Baskin Robbins. Baby, you don't need that ice cream that bad. You got to take action. If you want to be blessed, you got to take some action. I don't have time to tell you the whole details, but in 2014, I got with a financial advisor, and my net worth wasn't where it needed to be. When I found out what it was, I was ashamed to be sitting with a financial advisor. I wanted to get up and leave and say, "You wasted your time, brother." I didn't know I was in that bad of shape. I didn't know. But God told me a few things to do. By January of 2016, hear me clear, I had increased my net worth by $28,000. And all I did was be a better student. All I did was move some stuff and do some stuff and watch some stuff. I found out I'm wealthier than what I know I am, but I had to take some action. If you stay dumb, it's your fault. If you stay blind, it's your fault. The blind are leading the blind. Stop talking to folk that ain't got nothing and asking for their advice. Stop being stupid and take some action. Leave. Every time you come out of the grocery store, buying more than what you need, more than what you can eat, and complaining about you gaining weight, every time you do that, you pass a rack that has a book called Homes. But do you ever pick up the book of Homes and just dream? Do you ever, see, when I was little, we would get catalogs and we would circle stuff and say, this is going to be in my house one day. When we were riding down the street, we would say, that's my car. What happened from 7 to 27 that you lost your dreams? Some of y'all, while you're riding on the Miss Bus, I want you to start looking out the window and say, that's going to be mine. That's going to be mine. I want you to walk out of your apartment, sit on your patio, and look at a Homes book and start circling stuff and start taking some action. God wants to know who are serious for this. Jesus. Sometimes Jesus be playing, he play too much, sometimes he play too much, but there was this man that was at the pool for 38 years. And Jesus asked him, do you want to be well? Well, sure, Jesus, look at me. I want to be well, but that's not what Jesus said. Jesus said, how bad do you want it? Yes. It's available to you, but how bad do you want it? Yes, how bad do you really want it? Give you a quick example. I didn't want it that bad. I was taking some swimming lessons. I'm a pitiful swimmer. But we was in Orlando, me and my wife, and she was resting. And there was this big, beautiful slide. And it was going down into the water. I didn't know how deep it was, but I wanted to ride that slide. I wanted to ride it, man. There was some other folk in the pool. I'm thinking, if I go under, somebody gonna get me. I'm gonna climb up this slide. I climbed up to the slide. I got to the top of the slide and made the mistake of looking up and saw how high I was. And I walked back down because I didn't want it that bad. I didn't want it that bad. But some of y'all, you climb up to the top of your blessing and you chicken out because you don't want it bad enough. You don't want it bad enough. Because you got that give me mentality. As long as somebody gonna give me, I'll stay begging. But listen, I don't want to beg. The Bible says I'm the lender and not the borrower. I'm the head and not the tail. Listen, I've done the crazy stuff because I believe God. I tell folks, even if you don't have a GPS, buy a compass, stick it on your dashboard, and act like it's talking to you and telling you where to go. You better believe God, you better take some action, and you better expect. All right, I got it. Wow. I'm going overtime. I know some of y'all gonna stay because it's good. Yes. Listen. Let's read James 2:20.
But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
Verse 21.
Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar?
When God told Abraham to offer Isaac, he didn't sit down and wait. I've had people tell me that God told me to do this, and this. And I'm thinking, okay, well, where are you on your list? Well, I ain't started. Well, how long ago that was ago? Well, it was 15 years ago, but it was so beautiful the way God told me, fool, do something. You ain't even got to step one. You got to get up off of your hind end. You got to do something. Next verse.
Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect?
Next verse. Oh, we're going to read that in the English Standard.
You see that faith was active along with his works, and faith was completed by his works.
Faith was active along with his works, and it was completed when he did some work. So what that means, you got to put corresponding action behind your faith. God, I'm believing that you're going to help me lose some weight. That means your work of faith is either going to be stop eating what you're eating, or get on the treadmill, or go to Planet Fitness. You got to do something to get what you believe. Don't say, God, do it for me, and then you go and eat 12 cakes. That's not going to work. Now, the reason why I can tell you this, because I've done it myself. I went to the Y one day. Got ready to go in the Y, and I decided before I go in the Y, it's hot, I'm going to go to McDonald's and give me a hot foot sundae first. I drove back to the Y parking lot, I ate my hot foot sundae. When I got done with that, I didn't feel like going in the Y, and I drove off the parking lot and went back home. Never even walked in the door. But if I gained weight, whose fault? It was my own. I didn't put the right action behind it. I love you coming to church, but if you come day in and day out and you don't do nothing, you're going to be stuck on stupid. And you can't blame this church. Some of them leave the church and say, I wasn't getting fed. No, you wasn't doing nothing. All right. We come to the call. I might even be able to do this and get us out here. Habakkuk 2:2, King James Version.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. One of the greatest things you can do as an action step of your faith is to write down the vision. In my phone, in my iPhone, we have something called notes. In my iPhone notes, I have what I call seed assignments, petitions, and requests from God. So what that means is I sow seed all the time. But I don't always know what I need at the time. So I wrote down everything I'm expecting from God. So when I tell God, I don't know which one you do, I don't care which one you do, but these are the things that I need. When me and my wife were believing for children, the first thing I put is I want to be a father. That was the top of my list. Now, Cadillac was not the top of my list because I'm not materialistic. You may look at me and think I am, but no, the first thing I wanted some babies. And so what I do is I write beside it when God completed it and when he checks it off. And I go back and look and see, ooh, God did this and God did that and God did that. But everything hasn't been done yet. But I keep on believing. Do you even know what you want? If God came and gave you what you want, would you even know what you want? Some of y'all are as bad as wise. Where you want to go to eat? I don't care. And then when you pull up there, I didn't want to go here. That's how y'all do God. Why don't you write it down? Make it plain so when the person that readeth it can run and complete the vision. You know your angels are walking around. They're not just there to protect you. They're wondering what else can they do. Have you wrote your vision down? What you sing? Have you ever journaled it? I tell people who dream, when you dream, keep a notepad beside your bed. And every now and then wake up and write what you dream. Not only do I have my seed assignments, I have my journal. God has spoken things to me. I write it down and I put the date down when he said it to me. Because I'm not just trying to preach to you. I really believe this. If God is not real, I would be shocked because I really believe this.
I don't wear suits and ties just so I can stand up in front of you. I don't sweat and holler just so I can stand up for you. I only had 2 hours of sleep last night. I don't do that because I think this is a fairy tale. I really believe this. Maybe I'm crazy, but I really believe this. I really believe the stars were put in the sky by God. I really believe the ocean was created by God. I really believe that the reason why the sun doesn't burn us up because we got a God somewhere. Maybe a scientist would call me stupid, but let me be stupid. I really believe this.
Me too.
If you don't really believe this, do us a favor and give your seat to somebody else that will believe this. Your hind end is kind of big. You're actually wearing or holding the chair, so go ahead and get up and go before you rub a hole in the chair because you don't believe it anyway. And let somebody come in that really believe.
Amen.
Yes, God. I told you I'm tired. Don't blame me for everything I say. I told you I was tired. Next one is manifest. Put up the word manifest. Every one of those things we talk about, desire, reach, expect, and act, they all lie with you. But manifest is all on God. And you don't know when, you don't know how, you may not be able to explain it, but here's the thing, you got to know, if I did the D, the R, the E, and the A, God, you got to do your part. Sometimes we think we're waiting on God, but God is waiting on us, so when we do us, He'll do Him. He said something crazy. He said, draw nigh to me, and I'll draw nigh to you. So when you do you, He will do Him. I gotta get out of here, but let me say it the way Ludacris said it. Ludacris said, when you move, I move just like that. And what God is saying, when you move, I move. What God is saying, you got my feet on concrete because I'm waiting on you to move, but when you move, I move. And here's the thing, His steps are bigger than your steps, so He'll get to you quicker than you get to Him. So when you launch out to Him, He'll launch out to you.
Amen.
He will manifest. He's not a man that He should lie. I can quote you all kinds of scriptures to prove to you that He did it. I can take you the people that's sitting in this place to show you that He did it. We had a woman that had cancer, doesn't have cancer. We have a man that had a rheumatoid arthritis, doesn't have it. I can go thing after thing. God will manifest. He will do it. He will do it. Habakkuk 2:3.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
This is one of the most paradoxical scriptures in the Bible. It says it's going to tarry, but it's not going to tarry. It says wait on it because it's going to take a while, but then it's not going to take a while. God, what are you saying? What God is saying is the moment it breaks through, it's going to come so quick, so hard, and so fast, it's going to make you forget about all you went through to get it. See, I tell you the story about me and my wife trying to have kids, but I don't even really remember it because we had kids so quick and so fast. I had to tell people stop praying for kids. It tarried, but when it came, it came. It's like old Jay. When the mountaineer hits the bubbling crude, when it comes up, it'll change everything. Next thing you know, you packing up and you moving to Beverly. When it comes, it's gonna come. The Bible says that Elijah outran the chariot. Jonah made a 3-day journey in one day. I'm telling you, it takes a while, but when it comes with so much force, it makes you forget about everything you went through. Some people who've had horrible relationships, when they get that one good man or woman, you can see it in their eyes. It makes them forget about all the pain. Johnny sees them in the park and they're like, who are you? They done forgot Johnny because they got the right woman. Make you forget about everything else.
Amen.
Let me say this. My wife likes McRibs. I don't know why she like that mess, but she loves big ribs. But when she eats some real ribs, she don't talk about no McDonald's big ribs. Because when you get the real thing, it makes you forget about everything fake. Every time you struggle, every time you went through, when you get it right, it pays for it. Amen. We're going to read in the English Standard Version.
For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay.
If it seems slow, wait on it. Because when it comes, it comes. When it comes, it comes. Ask Tyler Perry, who was sleeping in his car, and 2 or 3 people were showing up for his plays. Ask him when it comes, it comes. Ask Oprah Winfrey, who was molested and was fired, and now she is a woman billionaire. Baby, when it comes, it comes. You can just ask somebody when it comes, it comes. Barack Obama talked about how he wished he had a relationship with his father and how it messed with him, but now he stands as the leader of the free world. When it comes, it comes. You were told all their life there would not be a black president, but baby, when it comes, it comes. When they told me Barack Hussein Obama was running for the office, I said he doesn't have a chance. But when it comes, it comes. It looks like it's afar off, but when it comes, it comes. It looks like it'll never make it, but when it comes, it comes. Have you ever been standing in cross town and looking and seeing dark clouds in the white and thinking you have more time, and 5 minutes later the storm is over your head? Because when it comes, it comes. I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know what you're believing for. I don't know what you're stretching for. But when it comes, it comes. Stand up to your feet and tell somebody when it comes. About the size of a man's head. It's getting ready to rain. It's getting ready to rain. Yeah. Apostle, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming. I can smell rain. My spiritual joints can feel the rain. Something is happening. Something is changing. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming, it's coming. Get your umbrella. Get your raincoat. It's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Put it up one more time when we get out of here. Desire. Reach, expect, take action, and it will manifest. Ladies, what you call it with you? This message, God bless you. I love you all. Bless you all. Hope to see you on 2 services on Easter. God bless you.